What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to program keys for this 2018 Ford Fusion. This is a keyed ignition. It's not a smart key. We're dealing with all keys lost. What I'd recommend is do your research on these Fusion systems. Especially with an active alarm, it'll give you a real hard time. Luckily for us, we were able to enter in the door code to disable that alarm, and making our process a lot easier here. So I already made the keys. We're just going to do the programming now. Just to demonstrate, here's our key. It's not working at this time. I'm going to go to our immobilizer menu. We will select Ford. I'm going to go ahead and do automatic selection. Take our key, turn our ignition on so it can read the VIN. There's our VIN. Just going to turn off the AC, as nice as it is right now. I don't want the battery wearing down. Yep, that's our vehicle. We're going to go to mobilizer status scan, see if there's any problems with this car before we touch it. Some fault codes in the BCM. Looks like some circuit codes and your passive anti-theft system. That goes off because I put the key in there that's not programmed yet, so we'll go ahead and clear those codes. And I'm going to do add key. Now you do not have to do all keys lost on Fords, even though you would think so. It's just going to require you to have 2 keys and drag out the process. So we'll hit start. So it's an instruction about the active alarm. It's a pretty drawn out process, but we do not need to do that. So we're going to go ahead and hit yes. Key to be learned is in the ignition. So we're doing our 3 to 10 minute bypass here. Sometimes it'll skip it, sometimes it'll make you wait the whole 10 minutes. So we'll see what happens here. Otherwise, I'll just probably come back on the video. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but what's happening is that the dash will turn off and turn back on during this security access. So you'll start hearing the chime in between that cycle, and the gauge cluster will turn all the way black sometimes. So don't be alarmed, it's completely normal. Just let it finish its thing and everything will come back on. We're still a couple minutes in, just trying to make sure that you guys can get a good observation of how long this will actually take. We're about 3 minutes in their wait now, so now our ignition is on. We heard chimes, but if you see now, the gauge cluster is off, so that's what I'm referring to. Alright, so as we see, the gauge cluster is back on. I've not hit any buttons. We're now finished with our security access. Learn keys 3. So let's go ahead and add another one in. Turn ignition off. Insert key to be learned. Turn ignition on. Put our second key in there. Current number of keys is 4. Yes. All right. So what we did there is we added the key in. What it asked for is the ignition off and the ignition back on with the same key, but I put the second key in there, so it programmed the second key, but we never programmed the first one, so I just put the first one back in there, and that's where we saw our key count go from 4 to 5. So we don't want to learn any more keys. We're going to hit no, and then our steps are done. So hit escape. We'll make sure that the car fires up. There's key number 1. Car starts, no theft light. Seems our remote is working. Let's try key number 2. Key number 2 is working as well, so those look like some programmed keys. Hope this helps. Remember, do not do all keys lost. All you have to do is add a key. If your alarm is active, look for the door panel for the code. Enter that in to shut the alarm off. Otherwise, follow the instructions accordingly. Hope this helps. Thank you for your time.